Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. We're back in the Flutter book project. Lesson 5 is a winter reflection poem, and we'll actually be doing some writing. You'll need just a few supplies: a sheet of paper, a pen, and a pencil. There's also a worksheet that goes along with this project, but don't worry if you don't have that. In step 1, we'll start planning out our poem by making a word list. I want you to think about winter words: nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, things that describe winter for you. My examples are blanket, pine tree, within, sleeping, white, cozy, thick, fog, and snow. I then take all those words, narrow them down to a list of about 7 or 8. That's all you're interested in doing in step 1, getting 7 or 8 words that remind you of winter. In step 2, we begin to put these together into a drawing. So don't worry about your words, but begin sketching in your Flutter book a cactus shape. Remember, cactuses have multiple petals, some large, some small, some medium. You'll see my cactus developing here on the right, and I've inked it in, but cactuses look all sorts of different ways, and here are a few other ideas for how your cactus could look. Now you might be thinking, I thought this was a poem project, and I promise we're getting there. In step 3, we're going to use the words from your word list and write them into the petals of the cactus. You'll see me doing that here. Have fun with this. Feel free to use a calligraphic marker or make thicker and thinner lines, maybe even script words. In step 4, we'll bring those words back into our writing. So we've went through a process, and now we're going to try to write the poem using these words. My poem comes together like this: within the pine of my thick, cozy blanket, I see my breath like a winter's fog. You'll notice that I used all the words included in my word list. Let's take a look at a template together that might help you write your poem. Though a title can be important to a poem, let's title our poem last. That way, we'll have time to think about it. So I say, let's begin with the first line. I wrote the word the, and then I inserted one of my verbs, followed by one of my nouns from my word list. On the second line, I started with a verb, or an action word. Then I wrote the words a, new, and then inserted a noun. Line 3 of the template, insert one of your texture words, followed by a noun. And then finally in line 4, start with a verb or a noun from your list. Add the words from, its, and then insert a noun from your list. Just a reminder, nouns are persons, places, and things. Verbs are action words. Now that you've written your poem using the template, you can put together a few of the words to come up with a title. To read my example out loud again, I decided to title my piece Blanket and Breath. Within the pine of my thick, cozy blanket, I see my breath like a white winter's fog. Good luck on writing your poem, and spend some time finishing that drawing as well. I could see texture and color being put into that drawing and making something really interesting. Thanks for joining us again for Flutter Book. Have a great day. As always, thank you to our ArtSpark funders: Texas Commission on the Arts, Christopher and Dana Reeves Foundation, St. David's Foundation, Austin Public Library, Cultural Arts City of Austin, and the Donald D. Hamill Foundation.